are doing advanced repair training here with CyberShane. Um, CyberShane's been a technician that I've been now, and uh, right now service 7+ screen before it was severely cracked. The customer, Mr. Julio, wanted to get the screen. Okay, so back to the last replaced with a Corning Gorilla Glass on it. We went ahead and the $9. How I got to that price was I got the parts cost was approximately 20 about $23, and we marked it up about 35%. After that, we added a labor rate about $65. Or in this case, it'll be about 69 $65. It is a little bit more work onto it, and a little bit more risk because the components were exposed. Um, I also mentioned to the customer that since the front camera was exposed, there was going to be a little bit of blurriness, and I showed the customer that it was blurry with the front camera, and he definitely appreciated the assessment of the front camera. Another thing that I also mentioned to him was that the charging port appears to be obstructed with debris. So I quoted him debris extraction for $29.99, and the front camera is $29.99. Now, in seeing like an expert level technician removing the debris, when regular technicians are looking at it and customers looking at it, it seems so simple. It looks like it's just a pick and you pull it out, but there are dangers of consequences when you're just picking at it without knowledge of how the charging port works. And sometimes you can actually damage the charging port if you're just picking away at it without experience. So ideally, it only took about 5 to 10 seconds for me to remove the debris, but at the same time, you have to penetrate with the right point and right angle. The point that I used wasn't the single point over here. It actually needed a little bit of a curvature over here. So you can see that little point over here acts as a hook so I can pull the debris out. The debris we did ended up pulling out was looked more like pocket length than anything, and this is probably accumulated over time. Right now, we went ahead and changed out Mr. Shane, would you mind holding this for me? We went ahead and changed out a few components, and all the screws are in place. Here's the screw here: one, two, three, four, 5 screws, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 over here, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we on the upper assembly is 15 screws. On the back cover plate, we'll continue our count: 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21 different screws were serviced on this device. And the reason why I like to do a count on the screws is because I want to make sure that our technicians are putting all the screws back. If we miss one or two screws, it's not going to be structurally sound as the way the engineers originally designed. Another thing I pointed out to the customer was that there was a motion indicator that has been set off right over here. So I guess because there was a big fragmentation nesting in the upper half, a little bit of moisture may have penetrated. Maybe a rain droplet or humidity from hot showers may have penetrated. We don't know for sure, but we definitely want to point these things out to customers when we do see it. Another thing that I did notice when we opened up the device originally for assessment was that there was a screw that was missing right here near the back panel. We went ahead and put in another back plate and resecured another set of screws over here for the customers. And right now, Mr. Shane's about to install like what we call the QC stickers. It's called the quality control stickers. This allows us to track the repair a little bit better. It's got a serial number assigned to it, and it'll tell which technician serviced it. In this case, it would be me and Mr. Shane. Over here is his initial, Shane Wilson, and over here, next time for the sake of like a higher quality repair standards. I like our logo to be positioned pretty much at the 12 o'clock position. Right now, it's positioned at 11 o'clock. It's passable, but for me, I usually like to be as on point as possible, just to show customers how precise we are. The placement of our quality control sticker allows me to assess how um, how precise somebody's level is. I'll have a general idea if they're uh, torquing the screws right, if they went back and made sure like all 23 screws are in place, all just by glancing at this one sticker. If it's just a little bit off, it puts a little bit of a doubt in my mind. Like, if they didn't consider putting the the sticker on in the exact same position, maybe the torque level was just a little bit over tightened or a little bit loose. So it's not an exact science, but it does allow me to gauge a little bit in a general sense. Uh, we'll go ahead and conclude and end our live video right now, and hopefully we get some good subscribers to our YouTube channel. How do you end this thing?